Alrighty, now we're going live with Lucky 13, as I like to call it, or Triskaidekaphobia and Legacy. So, we've streamed this before. We did decently, but not perfect. A lot of work to be done. Made a couple edits, added some hymn to Torah to the main board, moved Lifelong to the sideboard. I don't remember what I dropped from the sideboard since last time, but dropped a couple of cards from the sideboard. What were they? I don't remember. I dropped an Abrupt Decay from the main deck, and I dropped an Abrupt Decay from the sideboard. There's something else from the sideboard I think I dropped, but I don't remember what it was now. So we got Triskaidekaphobia. It's the 3 and a black enchantment. Being your upkeep, you choose one. Each player with exactly 13 life loses the game. Then each player gains 1 life. Or each player with exactly 13 life loses the game. And then each player loses 1 life. So we've got that as one of our kills. It can also just be an aggressive deck with cards like Tarmogoyf. Go paste that. I don't know if I have viewers. Here's Thank you very much, Hackbird. Appreciate that. Looks like my mic volume's pretty high. Let's fix that real quick. Do that off screen. Properties. Just a little bit lower. How is that? There we go. We're not getting red anymore. That should be good. So, Triskaidekaphobia is one of our faster kill conditions. We can obviously go on the aggression, like Jundwood, with things like Tarmogoyf. We have Deathrite Shamans for some early ramp and some control. Also helps us control graveyards and whatnot. Can help us manage our life total and our opponent's life total better with its 2 abilities. We have a couple Dark Confidants for some card advantage as well. Allows us to draw extra cards, allows us to get a little bit more deeper into our deck, find answers for where we start to struggle and need to take control of the game if we fall a little behind. And also generally just gets us ahead on cards. Sylvan Library helps smooth out our draws. It can help us draw extra cards if we need to. It can also, again, help us control our life total a little bit if we're concerned about hitting 13 for our own Triskaidekaphobia. We have Liliana the Veil. Again, great control card. She's a very good way to keep our opponent's hand empty, to answer any larger threats our opponents have. Things like Gurmag Angler, even Gristlebrand and Emrakul are potential things she can keep in control. If we can resolve Liliana the Veil before like a Show and Tell resolves, then we have a guaranteed answer to Emrakul if we need to. Obviously, that's probably not going to be the case. If my opponent Show and Tells in Emrakul, they're probably just going to lose. We still have the Collective Brutalities. Again, drain our opponent for 2, we gain 2. It's another way we can kind of control life totals a little bit. Can answer a Deathrite Shaman or any other creature with a -2/-2. And then it has the Duress effect that hits into our sorcery from my opponent's hand. This card's been great against Burn and stuff like that. It's possible we should still have Life from Home in the main board because of Collective Brutality. We also have our Hymn to Torox, which we've added, so that's a pretty good one. Punishing Fire is a great way to keep mowing down creatures on the board and kill things like Deathrite Shaman, like Delver Secrets, Pyromancer, things of that nature. The sideboard, I have 3 Nature's Claims, good enchantment and artifact hate. The only awkward thing is being 1 cover mana cost means that it doesn't really take care of an opposing chalice. 3 Surgical Extractions for some graveyard hate. Again, I'm not really huge on Surgical Extraction. Is your graveyard hate choice overall, but that combined with Deathrite Shaman is enough to generally beat Dredge or Storm. Noticeably not Test so much because they don't really run out of their graveyard as well. More so Ant as far as Storm goes. Pair of Life Loams. We do have Wasteland in the deck, so Life Loam can be a great way to recur those. Put a little more pressure on our board. It can also keep our hands full for a Liliana Veil, so we can easily just keep ticking up a Liliana Veil and not have to worry about discarding anything that's relevant. Pair of Toxic Deluge is a sweeper. We got 3 chokes for like Miracles and other control decks. Obviously, Island Zone tapped and controls untapped steps. Great for those mana-hungry decks where they're trying to cast a lot of cantrips and whatnot. Keeps them from being able to just go off with stuff like Mentor, where if they tap out, they are tapped out. They will not be able to untap for the most part. We got a pair of Slaughter Games. Again, some for the combo matchups. Some to help us just kind of steal a match here and there. So can't be countered. You choose a non-land card. And search target opponent's graveyard, hand the library for all number of cards with that name, and exile them. Great way to like snag Tendrils of Agony out of your Storm opponent's deck. Can snag Empty the Warrens if you have to. Resolving 2 of these against Storm generally is just going to win the game. So yeah, that's where we're at, and we're gonna try and run this through a league. Last time we went through a league, went 2-3. Last round we got a little bit of rough hope, but yeah. Taking credit hope from elves is definitely very good. That's a very good point, Matthew. Matthew, I'm assuming you're Matthew Hackberg, but oh, thank you for the share. I appreciate that, buddy. I gotta check out your Nick Fit streams. I'm very interested. I haven't played Nick Fit in a long time. It's a lot of fun. Um, and it's actually possible Lost Legacy might take the spot because generally the can't be countered isn't all that relevant, and the turn faster on Lost Legacy is definitely more relevant. So that should actually just be Lost Legacy most likely. We'll figure that out though. We get there eventually. Yeah, Lost Legacy seems like a really good way for Nick Fit to actually not just generally lose to stuff like Storm, where Storm can be much faster than your Disruption can be disruptive. Like hitting them with Cobble Therapy once or twice might be enough, but then again, it oftentimes won't be. Let's see here. So we are waiting on this to load up. Hopefully get there soon so we can get some more entertainment. I'm actually trying to figure out a Nick Fit version of this deck. I think I'm not really too sure on, as far as the Nick Fit version of this deck goes, is what to do in order to get your opponent's life total at 13 easily. I suppose I could try like a Quarter Calling or something like that. You get a bunch of mana, you just go get Tree of Perdition out of your deck. That might be something, but I think that's a little bit loose. What is this? Oh, the Nick Fit one. Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll join. Why not? I'll have to open up Discord again on my phone. I actually got rid of Discord after I was unable to join the Community Legacy League that had going for Leaving Legacy for a while. Oh, come on. Still waiting on loading an opponent. Hopefully we'll get there soon. See Levi Burns in here. How's it going, Levi? Good to see you dropping in. Been a long couple days. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired. Hope this league match picks up soon, because I might fall asleep here. Yeah, on the source, there's only a few decks on the source I really follow. I follow the Pox channel on the source. I follow Death and Taxes. I follow Turbo Jazzy. One of the things I like about those few threads on the source is that generally the people are very open to suggestions. They like to interact a lot without having to argue about whether or not they think what you want to try and do is like crap. So that's one of the things I like about the source, those three channels at least. Looks like we won the die roll. So again, we're having much better luck with die rolls than we were having originally. So we're going to say yes. We're going to be on the play. Hand's not great. Like we have Deathrite Shaman and a fetch land to make sure we can hit 2 mana easily. If we draw more land, we're very good, but I'm not overly happy about this. I would like to just fetch a Bayou, play Deathrite, but I don't feel like if our opponent's running Wasteland, I feel like we're just probably dead. I guess we can fetch a Swamp. Hope our Deathrite survives. We'll try this. It's a little bit sketchy, but we run enough lands where this might be okay. Probably just leave it on a Thoughtseize. See what our opponent's doing. Hopefully we're not just dead. Get a Swamp here. I'll Thoughtseize our opponent. Speaking of combo, I'm just going to take the Ponder here. My opponent has a ton of mana, so I'm not going to be able to shut down their mana, really. If I take the Ponder, they can't really dig or whatnot, so just do that. Hopefully their top card isn't something like a... what's the card? Infernal Tutor. That is a very good hand if they have any type of action. So we're probably looking at tests here. The Chrome Mox would mostly lead to tests. Yeah, that was my experience in some threads. Was you'd ask them like, "Oh, what would you suggest for a sideboard?" And they'd just like figure it out, or like if you told them this is what I'm thinking for a sideboard, they just kind of like crap on you if they don't agree. So I really wasn't very impressed with some of the threads on there. I don't like our position right now, though. I'm glad we kept a hand with double Thoughtseize. I'm glad I let on Thoughtseize to take their Ponder. Hopefully they don't find really any action. We can get another land. Awesome, another land. That means we can not only Thoughtseize them, but we can actually commit a Dark Confidant to the board and start drawing cards. Hopefully get more disruption. Opponent found Ad Nauseam, so we're just going to take that. So we have 5 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So make sure the hand's updated. Opponent did find a second land. That's not too relevant. They've taken all their action spells thus far, so that's good. We obviously don't have to worry about Wasteland, so we're just going to go ahead and get a duel here. Going to be a Taiga, so we have access to all 3 colors. Doesn't matter what color we get. There we go. I guess it did matter what color we got. I forgot we were playing Dark Confidant, so that almost got sketch, but I grabbed black just because I kind of go to. This deck's mostly black, so. One has 6 cards in hand. Card they drew, we don't know yet. We do know they have all these petals, these LEDs, these Chromoxes. This would be a great place to actually be running like Cobble Therapy. This is where Nick Fit would actually probably just win this game. Okay. Wasteland Fatal Push. Not great. Not really what the doctor ordered for us. We're going to go into combat. We'll attack with Dark Confidant. And we'll just commit a Tarmogoyf to the board. Hold up Deathrite activation. We use the Wasteland Taiga to play Tarmogoyf. If we get some more discard, we can make them discard like some of their probably Chromox, because LEDs can't really use the mana to cast an LED. To use mana from LED to cast a spell, so they'd have to have like Chromox their petals and these 2 lands. Or to use Chromox, they need like action plus a card. So we might be okay here. Love to draw a Hem to Torok. Hem to Torok would be very good right now. Mostly we're just trying to dodge our opponent finding any business spells. There's a Chromox, that might not be good. Could end up just imprinting like random color card. A Duress, yeah, they know Duress is going to be very good. Not sure what they drew that they are clearly going off now, or attempting to. They have 3 cards in hand, so all they have is these 2 Lotus Petals and the 3rd card that we don't know. So there's a decent chance they might not be able to go off on us here. But I can't picture they would cast all these cards otherwise. So this is either going to be an Infernal Tutor that they have, or it's going to be maybe Burning Wish. They could just try to empty us here. We are only at 13 life, so if they Burning Wish and then go get Tendrils, we are actually dead. Infernal Tutor? Okay, that's fine. Assume they'll hold retain priority, crack their LEDs in response. Yeah. Okay. If they do go and get Passing Flames, I'll just use Deathrite to eat their Infernal Tutor. I think we can beat Empty the Warrens for 7 Storm. Burning Wish, yeah. Yeah, I think that they're just going to get Tendrils and kill us. Burning Wish for Burning Wish? Oh no, Edge of the Exiled, okay. Yeah, we don't have any way to gain life here, so no creatures in the graveyard, so they got that game. That was tough. Alright. So I'm going to bring in the Slaughter Games. I'm going to take out Triskaidekaphobia. I don't think that's going to be the code condition we're looking for. Trio Perdition is probably also just going to be garbage. Chokes could be okay. I'm not too huge on them. I want Toxic Deluge as a sweeper effect. Definitely want the Lilianas to kind of put some pressure on their hand a bit. Repticates I don't really care for, so we can drop those. Just kind of to bring in Life Alone, but I don't think it's relevant. I think Surgical's fine here. Fatal Push is probably bad. Yeah, maybe just bring in Chokes and not all the Surgicals. Bring like a Surgical. Chokes can only stop if like we can tear apart their hand a bit, and they have to start cantripping and stuff. Choke can kind of lock them down. Punishing Fire is probably not great. I don't know if it's better than Surgical or not. I would say it's better than Surgical, but I would also say it's, if they go like the empty plan, it could be a way like we could potentially just slowly like grind down their cards. But I think I'm fine with trading a couple of those for Surgicals. I wonder if we might want the Abrupt Decay instead. I don't know. We're gonna try this. I'll keep the Punishing Fire in. Might be worth it to put in like Abrupt Decay instead, because like they like play an LED, crack an LED, we can just like crack it and respond. We can hit in response, but that's pretty loose. I don't really particularly think that's the way we're gonna win this. Nature's Flame is probably just better for that. It is possible Nature's Flame might end up just being better than Surgical, but we do have a lot of discards, so discard plus Surgical could be enough to like get rid of most of their enablers, like Infernal Tutor, like all their business spells, like Infernal Tutor. If we can snag an early Tendrils for whatever reason or whatever, or early like Burning Wish, we can get rid of all those. So it makes it so they have a lot less options. We will play first. Yep. Yeah, pretty disruptive. So I'm gonna keep this. Because of this test, I'm going to lead on Thoughtseize. If it wasn't test, I would lead on Deathrite Shaman, because we're less likely to die on turn 1. But since we're fairly likely to die on turn 1 against this deck, I'm going to lead on a Thoughtseize, take a peek, see what they got going. Hopefully we'll be able to break up whatever they got a little bit. Therapy's not great for us, but that's fine. I don't think I particularly care about Brainstorm so much. Might want that Dark Ritual, though. I guess they don't really have much going, so we probably just want to take a Brainstorm. We'll reassess what they have next turn, see what they end up doing. I'm assuming they're just going to fetch and Brainstorm. Their top card would have to be very good for them to, or their top few cards off of Brainstorm would have to be very good to kill us. So, assuming the Brainstorm will probably hold up in case of something like Thoughtseize or whatever. They can hide cards that they want to hide. We definitely want more black. We don't have that many red cards in our deck right now, so we can probably just go for another Bayou. So we're going to play Deathrite Shaman here, and then we'll follow up with another Thoughtseize. I mean, I know they have Brainstorm to hide cards, so another Thoughtseize isn't great, but at the same time, I can't just not do it. Because if I don't do it, they could just Brainstorm into everything they need and just kill us anyway, so... Next turn, they'll commit to a Sylvan Library. Okay. Brainstorm response, which we expected would happen. Definitely thinking Lost Legacy would be much nicer. All these slot seasons are definitely a little painful for us. Makes it a lot easier for our opponent to not have to have that much to kill us. So we can dismiss all this because we're going to get a peek again. So I don't know what they hid, but they have Duress, Dark Ritual, Lionside Diamond, Cobble Therapies. So I don't know what the hell. They probably hid like an Infernal Tutor, so I'm kind of looking to take Lionside Diamond. The Duress will likely end up taking either Sylvan Library. I think Duress ends up taking a Library, but it might just take Toxic Deluge, because they can still win without Empty the Horns. I think I just take Lionside Diamond to hopefully make it so we don't just die here. So I think that's the only card in their hand right now that enables them to just kill us if they have the Infernal Tutor on top after the Brainstorm hiding it. We'll likely get hit with a Duress here if they can't just go off and kill us. They would have to have a very good card of their library in order to do that anyway. Badlands. So now we can play Sylvan Library, and we can hold up Deathrite Shaman activations. So that's good. If for whatever reason creature ends up in the graveyard, Deathrite can also gain us 2 life. That's not going to be too relevant, though. We're not really anticipating that's going to be a thing. Ponder, that's a good card. Wish I could hold this up without having chat up. Is there a way to like close chat? Does anyone know? I just hate having chat up since New Year's Eve stream I did when my opponent got very aggressive about Kess being bugged online. I very much hated having chat there. Hey, how's it going, Anthony Rufino? This battle's interesting. We just we're a little slow we're against Tess right now. We were a little slow game 1, so we couldn't close out the game. We had enough disruption. They had a ton of mana in their hand. They were able to find Infernal Tutor. When Infernal Tutor, after 2 LEDs, 2 Lotus Petals, and a Chrome Mox, they went for Burning Wish, and then Tendrils Dusk, because we had Thoughtseize twice. Our Dark Confidant, we took 1 from. We had a couple fetch lands. So our life total was pretty low. Tendrils for 7 was enough. So they have 1 card we don't know about, then they are trying to resolve Ponder. So they'll have 2 cards we don't know about after this happens. Yeah, I Thoughtseize my opponent the first time. It was like they had Ponder, double LED, double Lotus Petal, Chrome Mox, and a Fluid Delta. I took the Ponder. And I Thoughtseize them turn 2, and they had a Nauseam, and they drew a second Fluid Delta. So it was a little rough there. Yes, we'd love to use Sylvan Library's ability. We certainly do not need another Sylvan Library. I don't think we need a second Deathrite here. So we're going to put that back. We're just going to keep this Thoughtseize. Play the Thoughtseize here. This is getting a little sketchy because we are starting to get down life total. I'd love to find a Hymn to Torok over stuff like Thoughtseize, but alright, my opponent's hand's pretty good. I think again we just take the Lion's Eye Diamond. It's possible Dark Ritual's not bad to take, but I think LED generally just gives them more mana and gives them the ability to actually kill us pretty easily, so we're just gonna go ahead and take LED, pass the turn. Hope our opponent doesn't have the card on top that they need to kill us. Do need to draw something of relevance here, like a Tarmogoyf. Wouldn't mind a Liliana the Veil, would be fine. Like, I'd have to pitch my Toxic Deluge, but I'm actually okay with that. We can start removing the cards in their hand, we'll be pretty fine. Opponent's stuck on Unstep. What did Ponder do again? I missed that. Probably should have paid closer attention. Opponent did not shuffle with a Ponder, so that might not be good news for us. The fact that we just got rid of their LED might actually make that okay for us. Assuming they would have drawn the LED off the Ponder, and their next card would be like Infernal Tutor, maybe a Nauseam. At the moment, if their top card is a Nauseam, they can still cast it between the Petal, the 2 land, and the Dark Ritual. So we're gonna hope that's not the case. But if it is ad nauseum, we're looking okay because their life total might get taxed a bit. Here's Ritual most likely. Oh, it's a Duress. Okay. So likely can't kill us. They're gonna take our Toxic Deluge, which is really unfortunate. Okay. And turn was another cantrip. Okay. Who's that Deathrite we knew about? We also have another Sylvan Library we're going to see. What's the 3rd card? Hopefully Hymn to Torok would be nice. Okay, Dark Confidant's pretty good. So I'm going to want to put Sylvan Library on top, and then put Deathrite on top of that, and then play this Dark Confidant here. We just kind of want to get through our deck. We want to be able to make sure we just don't die. So I wonder if I want to add some Cobble Therapies to my sideboard. Maybe add like a Singleton Dryad Arbor to the main deck. I don't know. Life total is getting pretty low though. We've just not found enough pressure. This is actually a game where, like, I'm kind of wishing we had Triskaidekaphobia in the deck still, because they're at 14, so we could pretty easily get them down to 13. We'd be able to Deathrite, drain them here, and then we'd be able to, on our upkeep, have them gain a life with the Grove of the Burn Willows. So I'm wondering if Triskaidekaphobia should just be in the deck in place of, like, I think we still have, like, 8 Punishing Fire in here. And Surgical is obviously not that great for us. We're going to take 1 from Dark Confidant because we put Deathrite on top. We got our Sylvan Library, we drew. Yes, we'll draw 2 more cards. Him and Surgical, that's great. We're going to put Sylvan Library back on top of the deck. Let me think. We pay for life, we'll go to 8 to keep the card. We won't have to pay more life for Surgical, right? No, we'll have to pay life for Surgical as well. That's unfortunate. I don't think there's anything really that they've seen. I think we can put Surgical back on top and just have that be our draw with our Dark Confidant. We are probably going to have to use Grove of the Burn Willows to cast this Deathrite Shaman so we can hold up the activation of Deathrite. My opponent has Brainstorm in hand, so that's good to know. Assuming these Cobble Therapies will likely stay in my opponent's hand because they're not going to be too relevant, so my opponent will probably want to try and discard those after they Brainstorm. Assuming my opponent's hand is going to have 2 Cobble Therapies, I can't picture, like I said, I can't picture they actually would keep I can picture they would keep relevant cards over Cobble Therapies in their hands, so I'm assuming that these Cobble Therapies are in there currently. I'm not sure what the top 2 cards of their deck would be, but this, I think, is pretty safe option. Pretty safe assumption those are still there. Didn't catch anything like relevant I was hoping to catch. I was hoping to catch like an Infernal Tutor or whatnot. The fact they brainstormed to hide a couple of cards is a little unfortunate. They didn't kill us last turn, so chances are they can't kill us this turn either after brainstorming, so hello. Let me just not accidentally concede the game that we're fairly well in control of. Okay, so we're going to flip Surgical to Dark Confidant. We'll draw the Sylvan Library. We'll use that ability. Check out and see what we got here. Alright, so we're going to put Sylvan Library back on top, and then Bloodstained Mire back on top. I hate Surgical in this matchup so much. I'm going to go ahead and Surgical out the Dark Rituals, I think. Right? Yeah, we're going to Surgical out Dark Ritual. Get a peek at what's in their hand. Their second card down from that Brainstorm was another card that they needed to combo. This might be enough to actually just throw them off so we don't lose. Right, let's see what we got here. So they have 2 Empty the Warrens in the main. They have 2 Empty the Warrens and a Grape Shot in here. Grape Shot's interesting. So they have 3 Infernal Tutors in here. Chances are the last Infernal Tutor is currently in their hand. So that's something of note. They still have an Nauseam in their deck. They probably have a Chrome Mox in hand. Wait, I get to see their hand too, right? Yeah, there it is. I'm an idiot. So they have Ponder, Rite of Flame, Double Cobble Therapy, and Infernal Tutor. Okay, so I'm just an idiot. So that works. Wish it would continue showing the cards right there, but no. I'll just play this Bloodstained Mire. So next turn we're going to flip a Bloodstained Mire Dark Confidant, which means we won't take any damage, which is nice. And then after we flip a Dark Confidant, we will want to fetch because we do not want to draw that second Sylvan Library that doesn't do anything relevant. Is that Ponder we knew about? Yeah, I remember that after I had said that and looked at their hand and saw they didn't have it. I forgot that they're usually just 3 Chrome Mox. Because Chrome Mox overall, like, it helps them with speed, but it's not particularly the best card for them because they do have to burn a relevant card in their hand, a potentially relevant card in their hand. So I have a stop in my upkeep, so that way I can make sure I fetch before I go to my draw step after Dark Confidant. So my opponent scooped. We have 4 here, and then we have 4 again. I'm actually going to bring in those Triskaidekaphobias. I'm going to drop a surgical. I'm going to drop a punishing fire. Do I drop 2 surgicals here? I think I might. I don't think chokes are... I think I'm going to board out these chokes. I think these are just... No, choke's fine. I'm just second guessing myself too much, I guess. We'll drop 2 surgicals. We'll keep 1 surgical in just as a one-up, but I think the Triskaidekaphobia is just going to be a much better way to close out a game for us if we do get in a slower game like that against them. At the very least, it can like force them to try and go off early when they don't particularly have a good hand, which means we might just be able to catch them in like a fizzle. Hey, how's it going, Aaron? Yeah, we're on the draw, so it's definitely time to get turn 1. We don't have any interaction, so I'm not too happy with this hand. We do have like the turn 2 Hint to Torok. We have Collective Brutality. We have Triskaidekaphobia, which can be pretty decent. So we're going to try and keep this. They have turn 1 on us. We're not going to find a better hand, and I don't want to mulligan into Oblivion. We could potentially just win and potentially Hint to Torok and just tear them apart if they don't kill us within the first couple turns. Again, I don't think this is beautiful. This isn't perfect, but if we get turn 1, there's nothing we can do there anyway. I guess our only option would be like mulligan into a hand with like Surgical Extraction. That's a 1-of now. If they have to go a Passing Flames route, which they won't. My opponent's looking at my hand and they sent me a heart. Yeah, my opponent saw Triskaidekaphobia in my hand. They sent me a heart, so I sent them a heart and a smiley face back. We're getting Couple Therapied. I'm assuming it's going to be Hint to Torok. It might be Collective Brutality to take, but I'm just going to assume Hint to Torok's going to be what they do, so. Yeah, Hint to Torok, it makes sense. You finish your new workbench, now you're chilling with your cat watching me on TV. Oh, that's awesome. How is the kitty doing? Alright, we can probably turn this upkeep trigger off right now. So like I'm tempted to wasteland them here because we are fairly slow. If this is their 1 land, we might be okay. I don't think that's particularly the right call, though. I'd like to get information first. Do they fetch for that? No, they didn't. Yeah, I'm just going to play a fetch land and pass. If they don't kill us next turn and they don't play land, I'll likely play this wasteland and just wasteland them. Getting probed again. So chances are my opponent either doesn't have the cards they need to combo, or they don't have a second land, they're trying to find a second land. That's a lot of hard work, Aaron. Sleeping, crapping, and eating is not easy. Assuming we're likely just dead here, but we'll see what happens. My opponent passes, like I said, I'm probably just going to wasteland them if they don't play land. It could be better to go after a blue source. And those Collective Brutality. Like, hit them and drain. Might just have to discard this Triskaidekaphobia. Yeah, they played a land, so yeah. Uh-oh. That's lowest, but that's not good for us. Oh, we're not just dead. I don't have any responses, so we're just going to F6 through here. Sad face. We did. Blue-red, what the hell? So that would have been Burning Wish holding up LEDs. Ah, twitchy eye. Stop an eye. What you doing, buddy? If I empty the Warden's Hair, I'm actually okay with that. So right now they're on 1, 2, 3, 4 spells. I'm Burning Wish would be 5. An empty would be 6. It's 12 tokens. I think we could still race that. Let's see what they discarded off those LEDs. They discarded Brainstorm off LEDs. I should just be like all the wacky 4-card. Oh, Dark Petition. That's oh yeah, that's a sorcery. That's right. Silly me. What you getting, buddy? Let's go put them in 4 mana. They'll have 5 mana. They could just go get Ad Nauseam here and use Ad Nauseam. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Oh, let's see what my opponent does. Dark Petition was reeled off the Burning Wish. So they did bring an Abrupt Decay for us. It's interesting. Oh boy. So if they go to 2, we can just Collective Brutality them. Let's see, they played land this turn. They can play Chrome Mox, imprinting a Dark Ritual, cast a Dark Ritual, not go anything else from there. So I think they kind of have to go like at least one more, or they just have to stop and do nothing, I guess. They Chrome Mox, exiling a blue card to Brainstorm. Now they're at 1, so our Collective Brutality can just kill them. So next turn we just kill them, most likely. Now they can Chrome Mox, imprint an Infernal Tutor. They can cast 2 Dark Rituals. That doesn't get there, I don't think, right? Yeah, because they have land in hand, so the Infernal Tutor's not even turned on right now. So they can Chrome Mox, do that, get up to 5 mana. They can't get red right now, so they can't cast Empty. They can also imprint Abrupt Decay. Not sure exactly what my opponent can do here, but I think we might be okay. Yeah, they need LED real bad. Even like a Lotus Petal's fine. Because even Lotus Petal, like, oh no, they actually just have to kill us here because they know we have Collective Brutality. They don't have discard at the moment, so that's not good enough. Like even Lotus Petal could just be like Brainstorm. They draw 3 relevant spells. They put back 2 land at least. I guess they still can't just get Infernal Tutor on if they cast all the cards in their hand. Yeah, they need LED bad. If they didn't have to use Chrome Mox here, they could use Infernal Tutor to get another Chrome Mox. Use Infernal Tutor to get, they have another Empty the Warrens in their hand. They have enough mana for that though. I don't think they do. Yeah, I think my opponent's just kind of screwed. Yeah, the Probe is like super dead. Yeah, I think a Lotus Petal might have been good enough too though. I guess I can Chrome Mox and print Probe. I can cast a Brainstorm. Alright, so Nauseum's done. So here's a Chrome Mox. Imprinting Probe, yep. So they're probably going to cast a Brainstorm. They might cast Ponder. I'm assuming Brainstorm's going to be correct here, though. Yep, there's Brainstorm. Yeah, I think that flipping more could just mean they're dead. This line at least gives them the option where they might not just be dead. They do need to draw, like, Petal LED off this, though, so that's a little sketch. My opponent's taking their time on this Brainstorm, so I'm assuming they didn't find what they needed. I think Petal LED is what they need at this point. So like Petal or Chrome Mox even's fine. Double Petal Therapy might do it. If they find a way to therapy us, they can at least take Collective Brutality. They're not just dead next turn, and they'll have like Ponders and stuff like that where they can actually like do something. So that's a line to just not die, and they could take time to possibly do something. I think what they need is like either Chrome Mox and Petal, either Chrome Mox or Petal, and then they need an LED. Because like a Chrome Mox or Petal can then use Dark Ritual twice, Infernal Tutor, retain priority, crack the LED, go get Burning Wish. For red, Dark Rituals leave them with, that puts them to 5 mana, using 2 mana puts them down to 3 with an Infernal Tutor. Then they go to 3 red, they go get Burning Wish, then Tendrils us, and that's enough. Yep. Yep, they conceded. Yay, we won. We got lucky, but we won. So we're 1-0 in this league so far. So that's pretty sweet. Beat Tez. Didn't really deserve it, but beat it anyway. So that was nice. Game 1 and 2, we were able to use a lot of discard and whatnot, but couldn't get a clock online. But game 2, we were able to slowly just kind of control the way the game went with like Deathrite Shamans and Thought Seizes and Hymn to Torok and whatnot. So we were able to win game 2, and then game 3 they had Nauseam down to 1. That was really unfortunate the way their Nauseam went. They flipped like Empty the Warrens right off the bat. They flipped some Infernal Tutors and whatnot. We were able to drain them for a couple turns. So. No, we didn't drain them for a couple turns. They like probed us a bunch. That's what happened. Trying to figure out how they lost so much life. So we are 1-0, thanks to the variance of a Nauseam. Well, I've streamed this deck before, and we only went 2 and 3, so now we're at a 50% match win rate. No Trike kills though yet. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it could be the Triskaidekaphobia they're too scared of. It could have been the Collective Brutality that killed them on our turn. You know, whatever it was. These things happen, right? They're at 1 life. They knew Triskaidekaphobia once. It has a lose life option. Like, wow, if my opponent plays Triskaidekaphobia in 3 turns, I'm just dead in 4 turns. It's not good for me. Ugh, league's been slow. All this cube and whatnot people are excited over. League seemed to really die down. How's everyone's weekend been? Anyone played any Magic this weekend? Going any big tournaments or whatnot? Yay, we found a match. Woo! Oh, 0-2 drop on Friday? That's rough. Jeff Hoogland. Hoogland, whatever you say. Hey, win the die roll. Sweet. We'll play first. I'm not a fan of this. I don't know what Toge's been on. A 1-3 drop in your stream last night? Ugh, jeez. They're gonna mulligan this. I don't think that we can keep that. This is even worse, so we're gonna mulligan that as well. This is fine. We'll try it. Our confidence, okay, we'll keep that on top. So I guess my main concern is this is Jeff Hoogland. I know a lot of times he does that mono red sneak attack deck. That's what he's currently on. We are screwed. Okay. Could be on big red as well. So I'm assuming this is going to be Chalice for 1. Yep. So I have to assume this is that big red sneak attack. Yeah, this is the meme off right now. I think we got to get a Dark Confidant down. We got to start drawing cards to get something relevant going. Blue-red Stasis and Monday Night Legacy at shop. Ooh, that's going to be a spicy number, huh? Okay, so Dark Confidant. We're going to flip a card and draw a card. What are we flipping here? We reveal the Deathrite Shaman. After the Chalice for 1, I think they care not, but that's fine. I will play a Timer here. It's possible Sylvan Library would be a better play, but I really want to get my clock set up. Timer obviously right now not very good. I would just play a Deathrite Shaman into Chalice just to get like Timer just to start growing Timer. I think I can just play a Fatal Push on the Chalice end of their turn, and then play a Deathrite if we don't draw something like Abrupt Decay. 3 red, not great for us because Seething Song is a card. Yeah, that's a card. What we got? Through the Breach. Yep. Gristlebrand. Gristlebrand's a really good card here. Drawing 7 cards. There's a Lotus Petal. Down to 4. Pretty sweet if we had a way to chump block and kill our chump blocker on Gristlebrand. Okay. So we didn't draw Pyrrhic Ritual into Seething Song into another through the breach, otherwise we'd just be dead here. Okie dokie. No reason to burn this Fatal Push now. So now Tarmogoyf's a 2-3. That's sweet. Opponent's gonna have to move to discard. They have multiple Emrakuls in hand, but not the mana to get them. They'll likely discard an Emrakul to try and keep their graveyard empty, so our Tarmogoyf does not stay large. Discarding a lot of mountains and City Traders. So clearly my opponent has plenty of mana. They only have one Emrakul in hand. They likely don't discard it. They likely just keep it in hand. Inferno Titan will be really good as well. It's another Gristlebrand. Okay. What else you got there, buddy? How'd they ever think what card was an okay card to print? You finished filling out your modern deck. Oh, that's good for you. What modern deck do you play again? Was it blue-white control? So my opponent had a lot of land in hand. Okay, flipping a Dark Confidant. So we found a Hymn to Torok, which is nice. We didn't find the second black mana to cast it. That sucks. Yeah. So, I mean, there's no reason to just jam random cards into the... to get it in our graveyards. Because they have creature, they have instant. So we're not just dead here. I'm just going to try and resolve this Sylvan Library. Punch them a bit. And then hope they don't have the Through the Breach Emrakul. I think even Inferno Titan's fine for us. Sneak Attack's obviously not good for us either. Here's Sneak Attack, right? Nope, another Through the Breach. Nope, Inferno Titan, okay. We can actually beat that, which is fine. I do need to draw Black Source. If I can draw Black Source here, I can beat that. There's a Black Source, look at that. So I can play Liliana, make them sacrifice their Inferno Titan. Put back Deathrite. Put back Heim. Play this. So we can put them down to 1 here. Alright. So they go to 1. So we just gotta hope they don't have the follow-up. They drew a lot of cards with Gristlebrand, so... Ha! Yay! Take that, Hoagie. We do have to worry about Blood Moon. So I'm going to bring in Nature's Claims, even though I'm not particularly excited for it. I don't like the idea of Toxic Deluge. It could be like one of our few and only outs. Slaughter Games I'm kind of okay with. Can take out most of their enabling cards. So Fatal Push is pretty much just dead here. They go on like Godo into Barraskull. Like Fatal Push can kill the Germ token, but that's not really where I want to be. Collective Brutality is fine to snag things like Through the Breach. Hymn to Torok's fine to tear apart their hand a bit. I'm now realizing because of how black I made this deck, I probably should have a second Orborg Tomb Yawgmoth. Actually, does it look like I forgot an Orborg Tomb Yawgmoth in here? Or is that just me? Yeah, I don't have an Orborg Tomb Yawgmoth in here, so that's not good. No wonder why. I was wondering why it seemed like I was missing a card when I was putting this deck together. Silly me. Slaughter Games is definitely slow, but like if it's just like one of those slow, dirty games, Slaughter Games is a fairly easy card for me to cast. Because like even if I fetch out just Basic Swamp, I can still use that to cast Slaughter Games if they play a Blood Moon. And Slayer Games taking most of their cards that are relevant is good. What do I not like here? I don't think I like Punishing Fires. I don't think they're particularly relevant. And I think that that's pretty fine. I want to keep the Abrupt Decays and the Nature's Claim so we can answer stuff like... Abrupt Decay can answer stuff like Chalice. Nature's Claim can answer stuff like Blood Moon and Sneak Attack. I'll keep the Triskaidekaphobias in because it is something off 1 black. We can do in a slower, grindy game. We can do that with 1 black and possibly just beat my opponent. I would like to meme out my opponent as well. Hey Levi, how's it been going for you? I've been doing pretty well. We're up a game against Jeff Hoagland on Big Red. And we beat Tess in round 1. Mostly we beat Tess because slow grinding game, we were able to tear apart the hand a bit. And then the other game, they ad nauseum down to like 1 and then scooped because they didn't have enough to kill us. My opponent's going lowest pedal. This next card is a City of Traders and they play a Blood Moon. We're in trouble. There's a Blood Moon. Alright, we need to top deck Basic Swamp. Nope, that's not Basic Swamp. So we didn't get the chance to fetch out Basic Swamp, so that's not good. Luckily, my opponent doesn't have particularly anything going right now either, so hopefully we're okay. Leon's not good either. So my opponent is also stuck on mana currently. We're going to be moving to discard here. I think I'm just discarding a Thoughtseize, so my opponent's likely to play a Chalice for 1. Liliana's probably not going to be alive at all, but she'll be the next card we discard if we have to discard. Okay. Yep. So we didn't get to fetch our basic land, so that was unfortunate. Here I'm just going to discard Liliana because there's really no chance we cast that. I guess the second Sylvan Library could have gone, but if we top deck a Forest, I'd like to be able to cast. I'll discard that one next. Alright. Definitely need Basic Swamp here. If I find any other lands, I'll probably just discard them. As long as my opponent doesn't have a Chalice for 1, if we can resolve a Death Ray, we do have the opportunity to play like multiple colored spells. Chandra, I think that's going to be good enough, or we just scoop. We will concede to that. That's a very good card. Yeah, I don't think we do anything different. I think we just got to hope that we can fetch out the Basic Swamp right after that. Organizing your room is good. It's nice to feel organized and have everything in place you like it. So we're having a meme deck off with Jeff Hoagland. We will definitely play first. I mean, we can fetch out our basics, so I'm going to keep this. Collective Brutality could take the most relevant card in the hand early, like a Through the Breach or whatever. So I'm going to fetch with this Bloodstained Mire. We're going to get a Swamp right off the bat. Do not want to be locked out of that. My next fetch is going to be probably Verdant Catacombs for a Forest. I only have 1 of each, so... Do want to top deck like a Thoughtseize. I would not mind top decking a Hymn to Torok, but Thoughtseize here is great. I'm going to hold up the Collective Brutality because if my opponent plays a Magus of the Moon, I want to be able to also just answer the Magus. They have a Blood Moon, so I think I just take that here. So my opponent can cast that next turn. They do have 2 sneak attacks. Through the Breach and a Fiery Confluence. All those are really not great for us. This is where I think I may want some type of like Sorcerer Spyglass or some type of Piping Needle effect. Alright. Opponent played Mountain. Now we can just answer the Blood Moon, so that's unfortunate. I think I'm just going to play Verdant here. Crack that. I'm probably just going to discard this Grove of the Burn Willows. Gonna buy you. I'm going to Collective Brutality 2 modes. We're just gonna get the drain so that way we can get some life back, so we're not just dead to like a Emrakul hit right off the bat. We don't particularly beat it anyway, so that's not really relevant, but we're gonna take the Through the Breach here. Fire Confluence is very tempting to take, but I'm not too concerned with that. There is a potential where Fire Confluence actually can set us up for a Triskaidekaphobia, so we do need to be careful of that. But, okay, right, that's their hand. Yes, it is. Okay. There's a sneak attack. Alright, so we can't just... Alright, so if we fetch here, we go to 6. So as long as we stay on even life total, our opponent's Fire Confluence can't just get us. So I'm going to resolve just a Triskaidekaphobia here. So it's 3 times. They can do 2 damage to each opponent. Alright. I guess we probably should have kept the Grove of the Brenwells, control my opponent's life total through the Ancient Tomb a bit. So I can deal 4, they can deal 6. So I do have to be very careful with this Fire Confluence. We know they played one of these Ancient Tombs already. They have 1 card we don't know about. Okay, so let's see here. So if I go to 15, my opponent potentially put me to 13. I need to find a fetch land here. I think this Triskaidekaphobia might have been a mistake, actually. If I got a 17, they can do twice. So if both of our life totals are the same, it ends up being a draw, actually. So this is only opponents, right? Yeah, okay, that's unfortunate. I do gains a life. So if I did lose a life, I could have forced the Ancient Tomb activation. I don't know, man. Let's waste the Ancient Tomb here. Not particularly relevant, but I think that Fire Confluence probably just kills us. And my opponent didn't have to take any damage from that either. That sucks. My opponent does 2 damage twice, and then 1 damage to each creature, and then we just die on upkeep. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I concede the game. That was a mistake. We're thinking we might be able to win, but set that up for the win. I should have taken the Fire Confluence. I was more worried about dying to Through the Breach, but that was a mistake. I forgot about Fire Confluence being able to take off our life total a bit, so that was definitely a mistake. Should have also kept the Grove of the Brenwells. Alright, so we lost the star roll. This hand's pretty good. It was one of our first hands we've had so far that's actually been good, so. My opponent is in fact on Grixis Delver. This hand's not bad, so. There are multiple reasons to keep this as a result right now. So we've done Ponder. In order to avoid wasteland, I'm just going to Forest and Deathrite Shaman here. Hoping to get dazed. Even if we get dazed, like I'm kind of okay with that. Nope. So I know one of the cards in the hand is an Underground Sea. My opponent's done a lot. Underground Sea Ponder. Daze, Underground Sea Ponder. I'm going to try and resolve one of my 2 Dark Confidants here. Next turn we'll try and resolve this Hymn to Torok. I guess that wasn't one of the places where there's actually merit to like fetch a duel there. We didn't just get wastelanded. and whatnot, we could have hemmed here, but I'm actually fine with that. If they take their turn, play like a land, maybe remove my Dark Confidant, then we hem to Turok, and then they'll have like nothing left in hand. So I'm kind of okay with this. Wasteland wouldn't be bad either. There's a probe which could lead into a Cobble Therapy. They follow this up with Cobble Therapy, we lose one card in their hand that they don't like. The assumption is it's going to be Liliana the Veil. It might be Hymn to Turok that they want to take. Or they just don't have anything going right now. Okay. So we'll get our Dark Confidant trigger. So we now have a Wasteland here. It's pretty nice. I do just kind of want to hymn them, though. So we're going to lead off on this hymn. Hoping they don't have Spell Pierce, but yeah, we got them. So Tombstalker and Wasteland. Ooh, Tombstalker. So they're like more of like a Team America build. So they fetched out a second Underground Sea. They didn't fetch like a Valk. I'm assuming this is more of like blue-black. Could be some type of Team America build. It could just be Grixis Delver with Tombstalkers. I really like Tombstalker in this deck. Alright, so they played Young Pyromancer, which means we can just Punishing Fire out of that. I'll likely also Wasteland their Valk, so they can't follow up with like another. I will play land first, just in case they have a Spell Pierce or something. I don't just want to have this countered by Spell Pierce to get a token, and then I have to take turns to figure out this Punishing Fire. I revealed Triskaidekaphobia with Dark Confidant, so my opponent is now aware of what I'm doing. My opponent's casting Force of Will on this. Alright, so we're just going to follow up with a Goyf. I'm actually fine offering a trade here with this Dark Confidant. No, I think I want to draw more cards. If they want the Dark Confidant answer, they can answer it themselves. There's a Delver, that's fine. So I think here I'm probably, hopefully our Dark Confidant doesn't post on 13, post on 12, that's good. So here we can actually just resolve a Triskaidekaphobia. Hope it's good enough. So my opponent's at 13, they need some way to change their life total, so. Yeah, most sane Legacy players don't know about Lucky 13, that's true. They don't know about the joy. My opponent drew a Cobble Therapy, which they could just Therapy, take our Lilianas, which, again, if they can't change their life total, we just win here, so I don't care about that. What they name it with that? Assuming Liliana Veil will be going, I don't think Liliana Veil really matters. If they know about the Sylvan Library, which I forget if they do or not, they might take Sylvan Library. They don't know about Sylvan Library. Now they do. Well, the name Veil, yeah. Okay. So I'll probably flashback, take Sylvan Library maybe. Again, all this doesn't matter because they can't change their life total, which at the moment does not look like they can change their life total. They just die to this Triskaidekaphobia activation, or trigger on my upkeep, so. I'm sure they'll be very salty about it too, but they can deal with it. They'll be fine. What's that? Yep, they took the Sylvan Library. We will take 3 from your Delver. If you don't have fetch land, you are dead. Okay. Okay. So they're dead. We put Dark Confidant first. Yeah, doesn't matter which option we use because our opponent just lost. So we got to kill the Triskaidekaphobia. So that was fun. Okay with chokes here. They're going to go wide, so I like Toxic Deluge. I don't like any of these other cards. Life from them could be okay to like buy back if they try to wasteland our Grove of the Burn Willows. If we want to buy back our wastelands, Life from them could be okay. I don't think there's going to be enough for us to take out because I feel like this is a matchup we're fairly set up pretty well to deal with. I don't particularly like Liliana Veil against Young Pyromancer decks because generally they can just beat that. I don't even know if I like all the chokes, and Tree of Perdition can just add a Fatal Push. I don't particularly like that as a reason to not like the creature, but you know, it's fine. We're going to drop the Tree of Perdition for that reason. Again, Triskaidekaphobia, they don't have a lot of ways to change their life total. We have a lot of ways to add their life total a bit between Grove of the Barn Willows, Deathrite Shaman, stuff like that. So we're gonna keep those in because it's an easy way for us to just off the top just kill my opponent if they take some damage early from their fetch lands and stuff and probes. So yeah, we got a Trike kill. I should add a for streams like this. I should add a counter for Triskaidekaphobia kills. So here I'm going to lead off on a Thoughtseize, get an idea what my opponent has in hand. I would love to find a Grove of the Barn Willows to start using Punishing Fires as well. This hand doesn't do a whole lot, but if we can resolve our Sylvan Library, we'll be pretty well off. Looks like both started on 7 cards. Okay. If my opponent has Stifle, it's going to make me a little sad. I'm going to fetch a basic Swamp, though. I do want to ensure that I can I don't get wastelanded off casting spells here. I do want to make sure I can hit my 2-drop. I have plenty of lands to hit 2-drops even if I get wastelanded or whatnot. So they're going to Spell Pierce. They're going to hide some information from their hand, protect something they have. That's cool. That's fine. Also saves us 2 life if they Spell Pierce it. Not that I wanted that to get Spell Pierced, but it's one less Spell Pierce that can hit like a Sylvan Library. It's one less Spell Pierce that can hit like a Punching Fire, a Toxic Deluge, whatnot, and what have you. So my opponent misses a land drop here. I will likely just wasteland them. I don't want to just throw a Sylvan Library into a daze. Well, that's still unfortunate, but that's fine. If I draw him, I'll probably fetch for a Bayou in him. Hey, look at that. Called it. Sometimes you just call your shots, you know? It's possible I should have fetched with Bloodstained Mire in case I wanted Verdant Catacombs to fetch from Basic Forest. I don't think that's going to be particularly be relevant, so I don't particularly care. But I am going to hint to Torok my opponent. Hope they don't just have like a daze or something that they can counter this with. Brainstorm's okay. If they draw into counter magic, that's unfortunate. If they don't, then hopefully they'll hit a couple good cards. They'll hide a couple, obviously, but okay. Yeah, they have days. That's cool. So another hand has at least an Underground Sea in it. So next turn we can play around days and cast a Sylvan Library. Unless, of course, they wasteland us. In which case we'll just have to play into a daze. We know they still have at least Underground Sea in hand. I do need the red source, so I do need to get Taiga here. Because I do want to be able to cast this Punching Fire if we get the chance. Spell Pierce again. Okay, Spell Pierce again, that's really good. Okay, Brainstorm to dig for 1. Okay. So now it's Daze or Force, plus blue card. Hoping they don't end up interacting with this, because, yep, alright, cool. Sylvan Library, hopefully the card advantage on that can help us, and the card selection on that really can help us dig into our deck. Find answers. Delver, we don't care about. We do have Abrupt Decay. Okay. We have Grove now, so that's awesome. Yeah, I'll put this Grove on top, and then I'll put this fetch line on top. Next time we'll probably want to fetch away that second Grove. I'm just going to play the Grove here, Punching Fire the Delver. I'll likely just buy back the Punching Fire, end of their turn. Bolt. They're bolting me in response. Okay, that's fine, whatever. That's what we call a spiteful bolt. It's like, you killed my Delver, well, I built you. I've done things like that online, just being like, you know what, screw you. You bolted my creature, you bastard. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We will buy back this Punching Fire. Okay. Okay. Yes, use the ability. Alright, we're going to put that back on top. I kind of want the Tarmogoyf now. So I'm going to play this Wasteland, waste them off their red source, hopefully keep them off Young Pyromancer. to also help keep them off true name in all fairness. If they have a way to stop this wasteland from happening, that's fine too. Like, not perfect, not ideal, but I'm perfectly okay with that. Three mana, is this going to click? Snapcaster Mage on Bolt. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and play a Tarmogoyf here. It's a 4/5, so Bolt's a pretty good card, but Tarmogoyf being a 4/5 means Fatal Push or Bust. They only have 2 cards left in hand. Don't know what those cards are. We don't have any information on our opponent's hand currently. One of those cards is Fatal Push. It's very unfortunate, but you know it happens. It's not really a big deal. We can slowly grind through a Fatal Push thanks to our Sylvan Library that resolved. Yes, we're going to use that ability. Put that on top, and put that on top. So I want to fetch away that second Grove. At the same time, we've been drawing a lot of good cards, so we don't need to. I am going to Collective Brutality. Ooh, hello. I'm going to keep this Grove up so I can use the Punishing Fire. So we're going to do it 2 modes. It's going to be Duress them and kill their Snapcaster Mage. Okay. So target opponent or creature. Discard this Punishing Fire. We can just buy back. If our opponent tries to Surgical in response to that, we'll just buy back the Punishing Fire in response. And if they have Surgical in hand, they don't cast it first, we can use Collective Brutality to take something away from them. So their hand's just Blue Delta, that's fine. Not a big deal. We're going to go ahead and punch with Goyf now. It's possible we should have used... They've had a lot of Lightning Bolts. It's possible we should have used our Brutality to just drain them. But I don't think that was really... I don't think that's a big deal. So now we know my opponent has at least Blue Delta in hand. Now we don't know what they have in hand. I'll try and buy that as Punishing Fire. If for whatever reason the top card of their deck was Surgical and they Surgical that, like, that's fine. We'll get the shuffle that we've been looking for our Sylvan Library. Yes, we'll use the ability. Another Punishing Fire is great. That on top. I don't think I care about the second Punishing Fire, so I'm going to go ahead and just fetch those 2 cards away. I do eventually want to start drawing fresh cards. I don't want to be drawing like the same Grove of the Burning Willows over and over again. We need more black sources. We're going to get a Bayou. It's possible we might want more red sources, so Badlands would be better, because if we're starting to buy back and cast multiple Punishing Fires a turn, that can be something to think about, but as of right now, I don't think that that's what I want. So I'm fine getting just the second black source in the Bayou rather than the Badlands. We also want like redundant green sources for like Abrupt Decays and stuff like that. Another Snapcaster Mage, likely targeting Bolt. Love to Wasteland that second Underground Sea. It's going to be targeting Brainstorm. Okay, that makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and just Punishing Fire the Snapcaster Mage now, while they have no cards in hand. They can have that Brainstorm, and then I'll hold up the Grove. I think I might just want to buy back this Punishing Fire now. I don't want to take the chance of them drawing into like Surgical, and then I have to worry about losing my Punishing Fire, especially now that I fetched away the second one. I want to keep this in hand out of my graveyard before my opponent has cards in hand, so they can't just Surgical if they have the Surgicals post board. I don't remember if they saw Punishing Fire game 1, so... So this is fun. We've got 1 Triskaidekaphobia kill so far. And actually, if our Sylvan Library finds us another Trike here, we can actually cast it using Grove with colored mana. That'll put our opponent down to... that'll put our opponent back to 13. They'll have to fetch to drop their life total down, but I would not be against that at all. They have 1 card in hand, so I don't think I particularly care about this Hymn to Torok currently. If they end up holding 2 cards in hand, I will definitely draw the Hymn to Torok and cast it. As of right now, I just want to attack with Tarmogoyf, then put a Death Right on board. I think at this point, I'm just going to try and be the Jund beatdown, just kill you deck. I think that's basically where we lie right now. Alright, let's play this Death Right. This is just a hard cast Force Will that will make me very sad, but that's fine. We still have very, very good control of this game. So now we have Death Right activation kit to put you to... Now we have Goyf to put you to 4, Death Right puts you to 2, Punishing Fire kill you. So as of right now, we have a 1-turn clock. Next turn we just kill them. Also, obviously, they draw Fatal Push or Bolt to kill Deathrite. It throws a little bit of a kink into the chain, but that's fine. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, we'll use that ability. Not really doing anything. They now have 2 cards in hand, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw this. Can I still do all that? Yeah, I can still do all that. I'll draw this Hymn to Torok. I'll just cast Hymn to Torok on them. Oh, I guess that means we can't use our Deathrite activation though, so that's unfortunate. Alright, so they fetch to go to 7, so this is 4, 5, and this is 6, 7. So we still get to kill them that way. Black, red, black. What are they doing? It's gonna be a Dismember Hardcast on Tarmogoyf? I have to assume this is a Dismember Hardcast, but discard the card, deals 2 damage to our creature. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just discard this Toxic Deluge we don't particularly need right now. Bolt, okay, that's fine. Doesn't kill us. I also have Deathrite, which could have eaten cards if we needed to. Alright, so that's the Gets game. 2-0 against Grixis Delver. Let's go to combat, attack with these 2 doo-doo heads. I'm going to close this in case my opponent decides to message me, because I don't want to really deal with Salt right now. Alright, awesome. So we're 2-1 in this league. We just won 2-0 against Grixis Delver. We won 2-1 against Tess, and we went 1-2 against Jeff Hoagland on his all-in red deck. The good old Through the Breach sneak attack deck, mono red thing. Blood Moon was a beast. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. Thank you all for stopping by. All right. Wait on this queue. So we're 2-1 in this league, going into our 4th match. Hopefully find an opponent shortly. Hey, found a match. Great. So we did not win the die roll. It's fine. We've won a lot of die rolls recently, so that's good. Alright. So opponents deciding on their mulligan. Not sure exactly what they're doing. They are 3-0 in this league, according to MTG Bot. If I had to assume, guess they're probably some type of combo deck. Could be a streamer. Could be a combo deck where the person's trying to do out the math, see what their hand looks like. It could be a very close hand. They're trying to decide what kind of storm they're looking at. If it's storm, Sneed Show, it could be something like they have like all creatures, but no cheat effects. They have all cheat effects, but no creatures. By cheat effects, obviously means show and tell, sneak attack, etc. Could also be my opponent went to queue up a match, assuming they'd have to wait a bit, because most of the times that I've been doing it tonight, I've been waiting. So they could have queued up, went to the bathroom, not realizing they were going to get an opponent very quickly. They could have also just been waiting for a bit. I'm keeping this hand as well. Opponent's on Scalding Tarn. Let's see what they do here. Scalding Tarn is going to be either some type of Storm variant, Sneak and Show, Delver. Underground Sea is probably going to be Grixis Delver. Deathrite, Grixis Delver, or check pile, most likely. I was going to lead on my own Deathrite, but I think I'm fine just trying to fatal push this Deathrite away. I'm going to go for a Bayou here, right? Maybe Badlands is correct just because of our Punishing Fire. So I'm going to go ahead and try to just fatal push this. We're fine having our own Deathrite. We're not particularly fine with our opponent having one. Alright, so that answers our opponent's Deathrite. Whatever our opponent does turn 2, we're going to likely just try to resolve it, our Confidant. If our opponent plays like a Deathrite or whatnot, we'll likely collect Brutality, try to -2/-2 the Deathrite to rest our opponent. We'll discard the Punching Fire to get the max value. It's Young Pyromancer, so we'll probably end up doing that, trying to kill that. Grove is nice. Gives the ability to buy back the Punching Fire that we're going to use. So we're going to escalate with 2 modes. It's going to be the Duress mode and the -2/-2 mode. So our opponent's going to be that. Young Pyromancer's going to be that. We'll discard this Punishing Fire. Hopefully they don't have days. If they have days, then they get to counter this plus make a token. Very unfortunate. So they have True Name and Gurmag in hand. They can cast True Name next turn, which is actually going to be a little bit problematic because we, aside from like top decking Liliana soon, we do not have a way to answer True Name main board. So that's not particularly good. We can potentially race it with our Tarmogoyf. Our Tarmogoyf is a 4/5 already. They do have a Gurmag Angler, which kind of puts a little bit of a strain on that. Between like Tarmogoyf and Deathrite, we can gain some life, attack for a bit, so we might be able to do something about that True Name. They can go True Name here into, most likely, into Gurmag Angler next turn. They have what, 5? Yeah, they'd have 8. So they have a 1+ mana if they want to. Assuming this will be a True Name, it might not just be in a Gurmag Angler. They did only tap 2 lands so far. Yeah, okay, so it's a Gurmag Angler. So if we draw like a discard effect, we're going to try and get them to discard this True Name. So like a Thoughtseize off the top is going to be pretty good. We'll probably lead on Thoughtseize, take the True Name, and then play a Tarmogoyf to kind of match up against this Gurmag Angler. Fatal Push isn't great. That's fine. Just play Death right here. Probably should have done this differently so my opponent didn't have to gain life, but that's fine. Yeah, no, we're not going to act on that. No. I'll just play Tarmogoyf. My opponent has 2 cards in hand, one of which we know is True Name, so we're just going to go ahead and dismiss this. That's not in the way anymore. So we're going to have to find an answer for this Gurmag Angler, and then get a Liliana for their True Name. We can potentially just get this Punishing Fire back, Punishing Fire plus Tarmogoyf trade on the Gurmag, and then get a Liliana in play to kill the True Name. It's not particularly beautiful, it's not gracious, but it's something that could work. It's going to be a True Name here, most likely. Oh, that card is obnoxious. I just like that card. It's a pain in the butt. And this is like a Delver as well now. Not going to be good for us. It's a Bolt on our Deathrite, that's not good for us either. Force Bolt and Deathrite, okay. So we would need another Black Source as well if we're going to cast a Liliana now. There's a Deathrite Shaman, so there's that. So we'll play Deathrite, we'll play our Confidant. So I'm going back to a 4/5, which is nice. So we can't, I mean, we can attack into the True Name, but there's no point to. Might as well hold back. We can use like Goyf, Dark Confidant to block this Gurmag Angler. They can only kill one or the other. They like to kill the Tarmogoyf, because Tarmogoyf can eventually just get big enough where Gurmag Angler can't do anything about it. My opponent just has like a Fatal Push here. That's not going to be good for us. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Fatal Push, honestly, just for this reason. Even more of a fan of like Innocent Blood when it comes to that. Mostly just because Fatal Push just a lot of the cards that like you're going to struggle to beat are things like Garmac Angler, things like True Name, and Fatal Push just doesn't really answer them. Like Push is fine. Like we were able to answer their turn one Death Ray, which was great, but we haven't really been able to do anything else with this second Fatal Push that we drew. I mean, we do only have 2 in the deck, so drawing a second one is just unfortunate, really. So our opponent's attacking with both creatures, huh? That's interesting. I think we want to team block the Garmag Angler just to answer that. If we can team block the Garmag Angler and draw Liliana, we can answer this True Name no problem. Again, I assume they kill Tarmogoyf. I can't picture they kill Dark Confidant here. Assuming they'll be fine with us flipping cards to Dark Confidant. Yes, Tarmogoyf's going away. It's unfortunate, but it's fine. We do still need our Death Ray. Okay, so this is pretty good for that. We do still need our Death Ray for the second black. Collector Brutality is not particularly where we wanted to be there. Do I want to use a Wasteland on their land is the only question. I think I'm fine with that. So I'm going to Collector Brutality. I'm going to go 2 modes. I'm going to do the I'm going to kill their Death Ray and drain them. I'm just going to discard this Fatal Push. Fatal Push is miserable in my hand currently. Fine, just getting rid of one of these Underground Seas. If they're running Tombstalker, I don't want them to be able to cast a Tombstalker here. So I'm going to try to start racing them. Well, not really so much racing them, because flipping cards to Dark Confidant makes it really hard to race a True Name. Like my Death Ray can start eating their cards. It's actually potential. I should have just ate a card before they had the chance to possibly delve out for a Garmag Angler. If they have another Garmag Angler here, they can just delve for it. So I'm going to go ahead and eat. Probably just Garmag Angler. If they have like Kolaghan's Command, I don't want them to buy that back. I can answer Death Ray Challenge fairly easily. Anglers are problems. So here, there's like, if I don't flip anything that kills me with Dark Confidant, I'm gaining 2 and they're taking 2. So I'm essentially taking 1, they're taking 2 a turn, which means I win this race. But again, Dark Confidant likely is going to end up flipping cards that aren't just lands. So chances are this race is going to be a little tough to beat. If I can flip like a Liliana of the Veil, I'll be in very good shape. They're going to stifle my Dark Confidant. So it's good to know they have Stifle now. I did not know they had Stifle. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this Underground Sea. Attack them with Dark Confidant. So we didn't lose life there, but we also didn't get to draw the extra card, which is unfortunate. I would enjoy being able to find I would like to be able to find a Liliana of the Veil quicker, or sooner rather than later. I don't want them to slowly just build up creatures on board, and then I can't answer this True Name Nemesis. At the moment they're on 0 black sources, so they can't just cast a Garmag Angler, which is nice. My Death Ray can slowly keep their graveyard under control. I think I have to just buy back this Punishing Fire now. Okay. Okay. There's a Liliana of the Veil we're looking for. Only unfortunate thing is I can't play around Spell Pierce. But if all they have is a Daze, we're good there still. And Force isn't a thing, so they didn't. There's a Stifle here, that's also an answer too, so there is that. Alright, awesome, so we got that. So we're doing pretty good here. We're up a game, that's good. We're going to want Chokes. We're going to want Tux Deluge. I don't particularly think I care about Life from Slaughter Games. Like, that's not really the type of answer I want for a True Name. Tree of Perdition, and I think Triskaidekaphobia is actually going to be relevant here. With True Name, we have to either answer True Name or we need some other way to win, because True Name can just stonewall Goyce all day. We're on the draw. I think I'm honestly not really sure how to sideboard here. I think on the draw, I'm going to trim. I'm not going to take all 3 chokes. I'll do 2. And then I'll probably trim out, on the draw, I'll trim out Hymn to Torok. It's possible I should keep the choke, keep the Hymn to Torok, and drop the Thoughtseize, but I think Thoughtseize is relevant enough. Actually, on the draw, I think Triskaidekaphobia goes, because that's going to be the slowest card in the deck, so not really. I think with like Toxic Deluge and Liliana, we're still fine if they play True Names. And on the play, we can get them out sooner, so that could be more relevant. It is possible we want this third choke as well. I'm going to bring it in. I'll drop the Punishing Fire. So far, we've only seen True Name and Gurmag from them and Deathrite. We have plenty of answers to Deathrite with like Fatal Pushes, our other 2 Punishing Fires, our 2 Abrupt Decays. We don't have a whole lot of answers to like True Name and Gurmag, though. We still have answers, but Punishing Fire is not one of them, so I'll try that out. It might be correct, it might not be correct, but this hand's okay. It has most everything going on what we want. It's a little bit slow, which is concerning. We are on the draw. If we draw a Deathrite, we could be okay. I mean, I'm actually okay with this hand. Like, it is a little slow, but I'm fine with that. It's F6. We don't need to respond to anything my opponent's doing on their first turn. So we don't have any responses. We do know my opponent's Stifle deck, which is nice that we have some basic lands in hand. So we can just jam out basics, not have to worry about fetching into a Stifle. Our opponent has a Stifle deck, so we also need to be worried. If they just jam a turn 3 True Name, and we can resolve a turn 3 Liliana, we have to be careful if they have mana up. If they have mana up, we can't just assume that we'll be able to -2 Liliana on their True Name Nemesis. Right, so they have Deathrite Shaman, so that could be a quicker. So Toxic Deluge, okay, things are looking better. We know we can get this fetch land off now, so we're gonna go ahead and fetch out a Badlands. We have the basic forest, we have Grove. We want the redundant red source, so we're gonna fetch out Badlands here and pass. We're gonna take advantage of the fetch when we can get it, just because we don't want to get stifled out of this game. So if they just I guess if they wasteland stifle, that's still unfortunate, but we're okay. So my opponent's gonna start with a Ponder. It's likely I'll turn 3 just jam a choke. I'd like to top deck a Hymn to Torok so we can try to terrify our opponent's hand a little bit. Oh, was I stupid and pointed those out actually? Nope, don't concede. Jesus. No, Hymns are in the deck, okay. So we can top deck a Hymn to Torok and try to Hymn them. And if they daze us, that's perfectly fine. Because then if we can just jam a choke and they jam a True Name, we're actually okay, because they'll be tapped out for pretty much the rest of the game. We'll have the ability to attempt to Toxic Deluge away their board and then Liliana. Wasteland's unfortunate, because then wastelanding us is not great for us, but it's fine. I would love to just wasteland them back, but them having Deathrite Shaman makes that a little bit sketchy. Can prevent them from just going their next turn True Name. I'm going to do that. Screw it. One wasteland deserves another, right? We still have a bunch of land in hand, so we're okay. Their Deathrite can kind of help them edge ahead. If we can top deck removal, if we top deck one of our Fatal Pushes and just cancel that Deathrite, we're in a very good position, especially if our opponent does not. If they use Deathrite to eat a land here, they're likely digging for land. So we're in a very good position if that's the game state. I'm assuming this will be another Ponder or a Brainstorm. If this Brainstorm resolves and they don't play a land, that means we are in very good shape, especially if we can kill this Deathrite Shaman. Especially if our opponent doesn't play land off this Brainstorm, that means that Brainstorm locked, and that's awesome. Brainstorm locked with no land is a very good position for us to be in if our opponent has that happen to them. They found a fetch land. That's pretty good. Might still mean they're stuck on one land, which is good, but the Valk. Ponder. My opponent with Ponder chose to shuffle their library, so they obviously didn't like the cards on top. It likely means they're tight on land and they're trying to dig for more. Would be my best guess. Don't know if that's the case. We're gonna go ahead and fetch out another Badlands here. Again, they are a Stifle deck, so we need to play around Stifle. Because they're Wasteland deck, it makes it a little bit awkward, but this also feeds the Death Ray, but there's already plenty of food for Death Ray anyway, so that's not really a concern. It's not really something to note. Another Wasteland, that's awful. Oh, man. All the Wastelands. Well, they're not holding up a Death Ray activation, so they just attack with that. Sending a message. Attacking with that 1/2 Death Ray. Alright. I want to play the Bayou, but at the same time, I want to make sure we're hitting our land drops and actually getting further in the deck game. So we're going to go Swamp Forest and then whatever card makes sense the most. It's likely I'll play Forest and play Tarmogoyf next turn. If we draw something like a Hymn to Torok or Abrupt Decay or Fatal Push, we'll play Bayou, we'll hit this Deathrite Shaman. And we're going to try to set up like a choke. Thoughtseize isn't bad. They didn't do anything with their Death Ray and whatnot, so their hand's probably mostly permission. So I'm going to lead on. I'm just going to go ahead and Thoughtseize. As much as I'd like to jam a Tarmogoyf, chances are their hand's mostly permission. It might be things like Bolt. It might be things like Fatal Push that are just dead currently. So they have Therapy, Daze, Surgical. I definitely want to get rid of this Cobble Therapy because I don't want to lose my cards. But I also want to get rid of the Daze. So if I get rid of Daze, they can Cobble Therapy in the blind, and then they have to flashback to take Choke or something. I think I'm fine taking Daze. We'll leave them with the Cobble Therapy and the Surgical. I'm not particularly excited about this, where we're sitting here, but our opponent likely just eats our Thoughtseize here and when we pass turn. Like, now we know why my opponent doesn't have any permission. Depending on what they do here, we can just jam Liliana, make them sacrifice their Death Ray. We can also just like jam a Choke if they tap down for something. Or if they tapped out for like a True Name, they play a land and tap out for True Name here. Probably just jamming a Choke. And then next turn I jam like a Toxic Deluge. Cobble Therapy, okay. So they're going to try and do this now. I can't picture the hit with Cobble Therapy. Our opponent did probe us early, okay. So they do know the contents of our hand. I don't know why this isn't showing it. Alright, so they aim Choke. So there we got that. They can flash back if they'd like to get something else. If they do, they probably attack here at Death Ray and then just flashback Therapy. I don't think that's correct, but I mean, they know we can answer the Death Ray with one of 2 cards in our hands, so maybe that is correct. Yeah, so they're going to do Cobble Therapy flashback. So we can take any one of these 3 cards. You know they have at least Surgical and 2 land in hand. They haven't played another land yet, which is odd. Clearly my opponent found a lot of land between their Brainstorm and their Ponders. Liliana Veil. Okay, that's unfortunate. So that's gone. That's what they know about in our hand. I'm wondering if they're going to Surgical us here. I don't think Surgicaling any of these cards is correct. There might be some merit to it, though. Here I'm just going to Thoughtseize them, see what else they got going on in hand. They might Surgical in response to this. I don't picture that's going to be the case, but they could. I don't think I care about Bolt, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the Surgical, and then I'm just going to jam this Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf being a 6/7 right now is very good, so that's awesome. The Bolt isn't really relevant. Assuming Surgical is probably here for like Punishing Fire. So we still have full information about what's in my opponent's hand. Argwife is a very quick clock on this board. We are getting to low enough life total where Lightning Bolt might have had a little bit more merit to take. We are at 10. We have to use Tox Deluge to answer something like a Gurmag Angler. Or like a board of like Gurmag, True Name, whatever it may be. That could have been tough. I think if you ponder there, you probably fetch first, right? The opponent chose not to shuffle the library, so okay, they drew Delver off that. I would assume you'd fetch before ponder just because you can shuffle with ponder and you don't want to find an extra land potentially, but I could be wrong. Yeah, like a choke. Awesome. I am fine with this. So you are down to 1 land currently. And no red source up at the moment for this Lightning Bolt. Enjoy. Yay. I'm going to attack here. So if they flip this Delver and they bolt us, that puts us to 4. And he still talks Deluge for 2. We go to 2, which is unfortunate. We can answer the Delver and we can answer the Delver that way at least. They don't flip the Delver here. They flip the Delver Daze, okay. Daze is not a problem for us. Daze is a problem in that they can return a land to replay it. But it's not a problem otherwise. I'd like to draw a Fatal Push to answer this Delver. There's that trap we knew about. So they have Daze, Lightning Bolt in hand. I wouldn't mind drawing things like Wasteland right now either. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and attack first, and then I'll Tox Deluge for 2. Put us to 5, the Bolt puts us to 2. They still need another red source potentially. They could bolt us, daze it to return the red source, and then pay for it. And if that's what they end up doing, like, I'm fine with that. They would need another bolt off the top to kill us. Or a fork bolt, I guess. They have to bolt us, daze their bolt to return a bulk. Or they could just try to daze the Tox Deluge, that's fine. We'll pay for daze though, so not really a big deal. So they'll bolt us. They'll put us to 2. We have to hope for not Fork Bolt or Lightning Bolt off the top. And then we win. Yay, we won. So we're now 3-1 in this league, going into the last match that we have. We have 1 Triskaidekaphobia kill. All the rest of the kills have been basically the usual Jund control type of aggro starts, like Tarmogoyf, Star Confidence for card advantage, some control elements and whatnot. We 2-0'd our last 2 matches against Grixis Delver, and I guess that was Grixis Delver again. They had like Gurmag Angler and True Name Nemesis. I guess that was, it was probably still Grixis Delver, but I was thinking the Tropical Island means it might not be Grixis Delver, but. Alright, so we join the match. We're waiting on our opponent to join the match. I'd like for my opponent to join the match so we can get this last match out of the way. So at the very least, at 3-2, we've already won our money back, or play points back. Alright, so then return to the queue. Oh yeah, we do have 2 kills with Triskaidekaphobia, that's right. That was really stupid. I should have taken my opponent's... I think taking my opponent's Fire Confluence was correct over the Through the Breach. They were still a little slow on the mana for Through the Breach, and then Fire Confluence, I completely wasn't thinking about the fact that Triskaidekaphobia was going to need turns to get set up. So that was a mistake. I either should have not played the Triskaidekaphobia or took the Fire Confluence from this. That was against Jeff Hoagland. That was against All in Red. Yeah, that was a silly one. And then we got like turn 1 Blood Moon, and we had all the fetch lands for all our basics that we would have been able to use. Our hand was very good if we were able to resolve. If we were able to get 1 basic out, the hand was actually very good against what we played against, so we might have 2-0'd Jeff Hoagland if it wasn't for that. Might have 2-0'd Hoagie. Old hoagie. Awesome. Let's hope my opponent joins this match so we get to play right here. So against Dr. Smiles. This person's apparently double queuing also in a Vintage Cube Phantom Swiss draft league match. Okay, so hopefully that gives us a little bit of an upper hand. We will keep this. We have early removal. We have plenty of mana. Our opponent's already on a mulligan to 6. A mulligan to 5, that'll be cool, but probably not. Baron Moore. Chances are this could be Agrolome. I don't think I want to just wasteland my opponent here, but I do want to get a basic forest out of my deck. All my fetch lands get black. I only have the Verdance that can get green, so I'm going to start by getting a basic forest here. And that's why, because the wasteland. This might be a chalice for his 1. Yeah, okay. We do have Abrupt Decay, so it's not a huge deal. If I could top deck another fetch land here, I'd be happy. Not that fetch land, that's fine. I'll just take this opportunity to wasteland their wasteland. Hopefully they don't just go Green Source Life from them. If they go Green Source Life from them, it'll be very unfortunate, but it does happen. Yeah, this is Agrolome we're against. Okay, there's a Tranquil Thicket, so there's Green Source Life from them, like I was worried about. So playing Badlands here is a little problematic because we play Badlands here. They can Loam, get Wasteland, and Wasteland us. We'll be stuck on 2 mana. We don't really particularly have a choice. I will take the chance to play Tarmogoyf. If they have Abrupt Decay in hand, they might just end up Abrupt Decay, try and hit Tarmogoyf. And then we buy ourselves another turn with at least 2 mana in play. So there's a Bayou, okay. So my opponent does here. Well, it's like just green-black, it's interesting. Dark Confidant, okay. We can answer that, so that's not a big deal. I'm definitely going to resolve a Sylvan Library here. We'll have the chance. Like, I could have Abrupt Decayed the Dark Confidant. I don't think that's worth it. Abrupt Decay and the Dark Confidant might have actually been worth it. They revealed another Dark Confidant. Yeah, the card advantage is going to be a problem. We do have Sylvan Library. They had Decay for a Sylvan Library here. That's unfortunate. Well, that Veil's very good. Again, we have this Abrupt Decay, so we can still answer that. They minus, we get rid of our Tarmogoyf. That sucks, but we can also, like, Punching Fire the Liliana, too. So, we're okay right now. Okay. Chalice of Voids are fairly annoying. Okay, come on, Sylvan Library, find me some lands. If this finds me a couple lands, I'll probably just draw an extra card off it. I guess we don't really have enough to do, so we won't draw an extra card, but we're definitely going to put Thoughtseize on top. We'll put Dark Confidant on top as well. I'm going to fetch out a basic Swamp here. There's basic Swamp. I'm going to go ahead and Punching Fire, redirect at Liliana. We don't want their Liliana to tear our hands apart. Dark Confidant's annoying, but Liliana could end up being more annoying. I guess we have plenty of discard as well, so that wasn't a big deal. But we'll be able to answer this Dark Confidant. Next turn, we'll likely just Decay a Chalice, and then push the Dark Confidant to answer both. Wasteland into the revealed cards. Okay, that's obnoxious, but that's fine. Abrupt Decay Library. Oh no. That's no bueno. Yeah, definitely should answer this friggin' Confidant turns ago. I am first forgetting about the fact that we have like plenty of cards to discard to Liliana, so I got a little bit too concerned about that. Alright, so we can not do all that. So I think I just have to answer this Confidant, unfortunately. I wanted this Abrupt Decay for the Chalice, but I can't let them keep drawing cards like that. So I'm just going to have to answer that. I definitely took way too long to answer the Dark Confidant. They drew 3 extra cards off it. I at least can start buyback. I can buy back like Punching Fires and stuff to answer things like Liliana the Veil. It can also help us keep Liliana the Veil in control. Can help us keep our confidence in control as well, so that's good. Okay, yes, let's do that. Our 1-drop isn't really that important, so we now have another Abrupt Decay that can answer this chalice, though, so that's good. I'd like to find some more black sources, so we can like resolve the Liliana the Veil. Scooze is a good card. It's probably going to eat my Punishing Fire, which is unfortunate. If we can find another black source, I'll likely play Liliana and make them sacrifice. Ugh, God. Some bad top decks here. I'm going to kill a Scooze. Can't let that run rampant. Really want to use these Abrupt Decay Village Chalice, but I need more black sources. We've only lost one so far to Wasteland, so it's really unfortunate we haven't drawn more, but that's fine. What can you do, right? In Catacombs, so yeah. It's likely we'll see a Knight of the Reliquary here, which means we'll really need to draw a black source here. Okay, maybe it's another Liliana. You need a green, yeah, okay. This is the Knight of the Reliquary. If I can draw another black source here, I can just edict that, but I really need to draw a black source here. Oh, come on, deck. Why are you doing this to me? Knight of the Reliquary can start tutoring up Wastelands to get rid of our Grove. That's not good. Hey, how's it going, Dave? How you been? How's work today? Alright, Knight of the Reliquary is a big one. Need to find black source. Really freaking bad. Oh, we got. Alright. Kind of mana fixing, I guess. I don't really know what's going on here. Okay. No idea what my opponent's doing right now. Maybe they're going to Gerard's Verdict us. Another Nether Reliquary. Okay, that's pretty good. Liliana's not particularly great here, then. Oh, wow. That's a lot of money. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, not drawing a black source here, we lost this game. Not drawing a black source for so long there was definitely brutal. We had a lot of looks and stuff, so it's unfortunate. We're going to bring our Life Loams for this one. Obviously, Chokes do like nothing here. Deluge can be okay. I'm not huge on killing Knight of the Reliquaries with Deluge. I do want to trim down our 1-drops. I'm not huge on Thoughtseize in this matchup. I'm fine with like Fatal Push, but our Abrupt Decays are going to have to go after Chalices. I have to actually hope that that works out. But everything else in this deck I'm actually pretty okay with. Yeah, it's awesome. Green Black Tron is an interesting deck. I've always been more of a fan of Mono Green Tron. The deck I actually turned Kate onto. That she played in Modern pretty much exclusively for a long time. It's a really good deck. Yeah, I should have 2 Orborg in this deck for sure. I should probably have another basic Swamp too. We'll definitely play first. We'll keep this. We can turn 1 Thoughtseize. We can also just turn 1 Deathrite. But I think turn 1 Thoughtseize, get a peek at what they got going. Hopefully get something going on there. We are going to go for basic Swamp right off the bat. Swamp. Thoughtseize you. Ramonep Excavator. A. Alright, so if my opponent has Life Loam too, that's a little obnoxious. My opponent Green Suns for Dryad Arbor might be a little bit trouble. Actually, I think we're fine with most of this. I think I might want to just take the Abrupt Decay. Turn 2, they can do that against Deathrite no matter what, unless we take Green Suns here and Wasteland them. Might be fine, but they'll still get to... They won't be able to get off a Life Loam either. I'm actually okay with that. Right? Yeah, I'm okay with that. We'll try that. I don't know if it's going to be correct. I think that this deck is going to be a little tough for us to beat, but we'll be okay. Yeah, Blackboard Trilands are sweet. So if I can draw a Fatal Push here, that'd be ideal. If I can Fatal Push this and Wasteland them and keep them off Life Alone. Of course, that didn't happen, though. So I do need to play my Death right here. I can keep their Life Alone in check, which is nice. I am going to Wasteland their Dryad Arbor, though. Right? I think I just Wasteland Savannah. I can Liliana Edict away the Dryad Arbor, so I'm not really too worried about that. Let's see what they got in hand still. So they used Green Sun for that. They've used Scrubland and Savannah so far. They're going to loam here, get back their Savannah. We're probably just going to eat the loam with our Deathrite Shaman. At least that shuts that down. So while I'd love to just use a... well, I'd love to just resolve a Liliana here. I do need to get rid of this Life Alone. So we're going to have to just do that. It's unfortunate because that means they can play Nyla Reliquary here. And then, like, our Liliana can't just take care of the Nyla Reliquary. We'll likely just play our Sylvan Library next. Here's a Knight, yeah. So we know they have an Excavator in hand. That's not great, but that's fine, I guess. I'm going to fetch because I do want to hopefully stop drawing so many lands, but I'm going to try and resolve this Sylvan Library. I hope they don't have another Abrupt Decay or a whatever they might have. I guess I should have tapped the Swamp instead of the Bayou. But our Deathrite Shaman can keep their Nether Reliquary in check pretty well, so I think I'm okay with this. We'll just Deathrite, eat their Abrupt Decay into turn. They try to play Ravenous Excavator here. I don't want them to just be able to replay the Dryad Arbor, so I'm going to go ahead and eat that now. Sure, black, it doesn't really matter. I'm assuming it's going to be a get another land, tap 3 mana, Ravenous, or 2 more mana, Ravenous, and then replay Dryad Arbor, so that's why I'm eating the Dryad Arbor now. I probably should have added green just to maybe hint at an Abrupt Decay. Badlands, uh-oh. Are we going to get Punishing Fired on our Deathrite? Yeah, we are. Okay, they only have 1 creature in play currently, which means we can Liliana, get rid of that Nether Reliquary, which will be good. Okay. Let's see what we got with the Sylvan Library. Yes, use the ability. Loam's pretty good. We can get back Wastelands and stuff and kind of start punishing them, so I'm kind of cool with that. We're going to put Grove on top, and we're going to keep the Life Alone. So we go Badlands. We'll start with a Deathrite. Yeah, that's fine. Go with Liliana. Make them sacrifice. Get rid of this stupid Nether Reliquary while we're at it. That way they can't tutor up. So right now, if they can tutor up like a Grove, they can get back Punishing Fire. They can pretty much start wrathing our board between our Deathrite and our Liliana, which we don't want them to be able to do. I would like to find an answer to a Ravenous Excavator. Call Pit is not active currently, so Call Pit's not a huge deal. Yeah, Blackbird Trilands are very pretty, though, Dave. Sorry, I kind of got distracted with the game. Which is probably a good thing. I probably should be focusing on the game, but... Liliana Last Hope. Oh no, that card's too good. The card's way too good. How am I supposed to beat that? My Deathrite won't be able to attack. It'll be a -1/1. That's not good. It's like less than a Squire. Yeah, we'll use Sylvan Library's ability. Call of Punishing Fire is pretty good. Put 2 on top. The next turn, we know that we'll be able to Life Alone. We'll be able to Dredge Life Alone with our draw step next turn. I'm just going to go ahead for a Taiga here, because we're going to definitely need some a lot of red mana. Cast Loam. Actually, I probably should have just played this Wasteland to Wasteland one of their lands, but that's fine. We'll be able to start using this Liliana, so that's cool. Okay. We know we have 2 Punishing Fires on top. Oh no, we fetched, didn't we? Oh no. Oh no! Was that DJ? Yeah, DJ, I definitely did that. Oh, no. Oh, that was very stupid. Should have just played... Yeah, I definitely should have loamed, just played Wasteland. Wasteland to my opponent. Alright, so my opponent discarded the Remnant Excavator we knew about. Or possibly the one we knew about. They can just buy it back with Liliana, so that's something worth noting. Leyline of the Void. That's interesting. I guess I'm not Wasteland locking them. Jesus. Oh, I can't believe how stupid I am. Yeah, I'm not replacing that. Okay. Oh, Leyline of the Void. What the hell? Yeah, we'll use that ability. No, we won't. Well, we will not replace draw. Not replace draw. I'm going to put this back on top, and then I'm actually going to keep the extra card. Right? No, I'm going to put this back on top. I don't need to keep the extra card at all. I am going to Wasteland this Cobble Pit out of my life. I don't particularly want them to have that. It's unfortunate it's going away, but what can you do, right? Make us both discards so we can get rid of my opponents, whatever they have in hand. It's another Reliquary, that's fine. Play Tarmogoyf, which is pretty big, so we should be able to answer this Liliana. The event they do draw a Grove of the Burn Willows, I would like to have this Punishing Fire not be in their graveyard, so I'm going to eat that now to be safe. Like, granted, I don't really want to just hold up Deathrite Shaman activations. Alright, so they're going to buy back a creature. So they have 2 Knights and a Ramnak Excavator they could choose from. I just found a Life Loam, which is fine. We can just eat that with Deathrite as well. They got back the Excavator, which means they'll likely play Excavator, rebuy this Mazavith, which is unfortunate, to say the least. Alright, so I have Fatal Push on top, if I remember correctly. No replacement. Yes, use Silver Library. No replacement. No replacement. Oh, Triskaidekaphobia, look at that. So I do need to kill this Ramnak Excavator. I don't currently have a way to trigger the... I don't have a way to currently trigger Revolt, though. Ugh. Fatal Push, why do you fail me? I'll put that on top. Put this on top. I'll just play this Triskaidekaphobia and slowly just grind him down with it. Yeah, that's a little annoying. It's a little bit annoying that I can't answer this Excavator. But... I don't know if I want to... I think I just want to eat this Cobble Pit so they can't replay it with Excavator. And then ping their life total down. And then next turn, on my upkeep, in response to Triskaidekaphobia, I can use my Deathrite to eat a spell and rebuy something. So we're going to go ahead and tick this up. Wins upkeep, that means they'll be able to do that. We have Grove, though, so we can upkeep. Use our Grove. I'll just attack Liliana Last Hope. I don't particularly care if they maze it with it. As long as they can't attack me back, I'm fine. Oh no. So I think we got this. So they can play Fetch Land, and they can get themselves down off of 13, but we can use Grove to get them back to 13. So between Deathrite and Grove, we can keep them at 13. There's not a whole lot they can do about it. If they draw another Punishing Fire, they can use Punishing Fire on us or them. So they dredge the Life Loam, so we know they have Life Loam in the hand, which is not really relevant, I don't think. Right? Did they just replace Draw with Dredge, right? Yeah. Okay. So they are definitely dead now. All right. They found Punishing Fire. They still can't get it back to their hand though. They can get it back to their hand if we use Grove. That's not relevant because we can eat it with Deathrite. Grove. There has to be an opponent that gains life, so yeah, that's fine. So yeah, we got them. We got them here. Awesome. So we're going to get another Triskaidekaphobia kill, I believe, here. They use Liliana Buyback Knight. That's not going to be relevant enough for them. So yeah, we got this. Pay cost. Uh-oh. What are you doing? Are you casting loam here? Okay, that's fine. You're still dead. Alright, put this on the stack. Doesn't matter which ability. A black. Eat Punishing Fire. Grove. Put them back to 13. And then this resolves. And we got him. So we got another Triskaidekaphobia kill on an opponent tonight. That's pretty good. We're going to the next game. After the way that went, I think I want these Deluges over these Fatal Pushes. I don't think we work enough out of our graveyard where we really care about the fact they lay Land of the Void. So I'm not going to go ahead and board in Nature's Claim. Like, Whale Slot could definitely be a thing, but we're back on the draw. Maybe Thoughtseize aren't great. They are Chalice decks. I don't really... Yeah, I'll bring in Nature's Claims. That's fine. We'll drop the Thoughtseizes here. I feel like Thoughtseize is just good, though. I don't know. Surgical could be worth it. I think we're going to play this try to be, like, just normal. It's possible, I guess, Slaughter Games could have been good. I could have boarded in Slaughter Games to, like, answer stuff like Neither Reliquary or Liliana. Because those are, like, they're not hard for us to answer, but they're not easy either. We don't have any 1-drops, which is nice. We do have Dark Confidant and Punching Fire, so we can get some early card advantage and control the board a bit. So I'll keep this hand. Claim does nothing against Chalice. Claim is there for Leyline of the Void, if anything. But that's why I was suggesting not bringing Claim because of Chalice. And as I almost passed through my turn, luckily I did not, I will fetch a basic swamp. I'm going to take my chance. I'm going to start getting out the basics. Hopefully I'll draw him to Torok here, play Bayou, him them. Hopefully hit something relevant. Here I'm just going to play Forest and play Dark Confidant. Probably they have an answer for it. It's fine. We have Tarmogoyf, which is a good threat to have anyway. But if they don't answer this Dark Confidant, we can run away with the game a little bit, so that's why we're doing this. Assuming we're going to see Abrupt Decay from our opponent here. Black, Abrupt Decay. Yeah, okay. Got Abrupt Decay. I feel like my opponent might have boarded out their Chalices, seeing that we have Abrupt Decay, seeing that we're not heavy in the 3-drop. My opponent's just going to hard cast a Leyline here. So Leyline's not particularly good against us. Could be Garrick. Garrick's a good card. Okay, so this is going to be a Neither Reliquary then. Seems fine. Starting to think Surgical should just be a Leyline of the Void. Right. So I don't particularly want to wasteland my opponent, but my opponent's Neither Reliquary is going to tear apart our board a bit by digging out wastelands. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of, doesn't really matter what I get rid of. I get rid of one of their lands. They tutor away waste, and then I go get like wasteland or whatever. I'm fine with that. Hoping my opponent doesn't just like Punishing Fire my Dark Confidant and then go get a Grove. That would be unfortunate. Like Tarmogoyf's still fine against that, but Dryad Arbor, ugh, miserable card. Gonna just take 6 here. I think Agralome's probably one of the matchups that we're going to struggle with in general with this deck. Vindicate. Whoa. Vindicate on a Dark Confidant. Sure. Deluge seems fine. I don't particularly want to pay 6 life, but it seems fine. So I'll go ahead and buy you in Deluge. Gonna pay a lot of life, but kind of have to answer this Night of the Reliquary. Luckily, this Dried Arbor will be dead when the Night of the Reliquary is dead. If it died first, that would be wicked awkward when their Night of the Reliquary ends up being a 1-1. Not really how that works, though, so we're okay. My opponent's down to 1 card in hand. Hopefully nothing special. If it's just something like a Dark Confidant or whatever, we can Punching Fire the Dark Confidant and play Tarmogoyf, which will be good. Yeah, okay. So our opponent's down to just Dark Confidant, no cards in hand, so we're just going to Punching Fire that, resolve a Tarmogoyf. I did bring in Nature's Claim. Oh! I should really pay closer attention to what I'm doing, clearly. I brought Nature's Claim for Leyline of the Void, is why I brought that in. I think I liked it over Thoughtseize, but only because we were on... I guess that's not really relevant. I see what you're saying now, DJ. Okay. Clearly I'm not paying... Hey, look! Great target for Nature's Claim. Now I'm happy I made that mistake. And we get our own Sylvan Library? Oh, boy. Oh, man. Ooh, we get to return Punching Fire and resolve our own Sylvan Library as well? Oh, man. It's like Christmas right now. Sometimes silly little accidents happen and you end up being happy. I'm going to go ahead and... No! Damn it. Just realized we have Sylvan Library, so fetching there was actually bad. My opponent played their own fetch land, so they didn't draw anything relevant. That's cool. Now we have a Grove to pair with a Punching Fire, so if they're top decking things like Dark Confidants, if they're top decking things like... so if they're top decking things like Dark Confidant and whatnot, we can just answer it right away. This Tarmogoyf plus this Punching Fire means we have a 2-turn clock. So my opponent just top decks a land. We definitely have the kill here. This is 5 puts them to 12, and then 10 next turn plus 2 puts them to 0. So we are in great shape now. We should have this. So we might have just gone 4-1 with Triskaidekaphobia in this league, which would be hilarious. Because even if this is some type of removal, they can't really kill both Tarmogoyfs. Alright, Liliana of Veil can answer 1. Our Punching Fire can answer that afterwards. I'm not even sure we actually even have to answer Liliana of the Void. Liliana of the Veil, not Liliana of the Void. That'd be hilarious. My opponent got Pulse, I would be so sad. Like, that's what you get for being a cock, Aaron. Yeah, we'll use that. So we just attack here, I think, because our Liliana can't actually kill anything. So we're just going to attack here. Place Grove. So like they tick up Liliana, we can cast Punching Fire in response. We can buy back, cast it in response, cast it again. What you got, buddy? Abrupt Decay, no! It's all falling apart. So I'm just going to Punching Fire, redirect at Liliana. Just get that out of the way now. Yes, I want to redirect that. Okay. Buy this back now. We'll recast as well. Put them to 6. Okay. Okay. Yes, we'll use the ability. And I'll put back 2 hymns because I don't think Hymn to Talk is going to be relevant. We'll play this Bloodstained Mire. We'll fetch those hymns away before I forget, because I will. This is me we're talking about. I'm going to go ahead and buy back this Punching Fire now. And then just pass turn. I think we can still get there with what we got set up, but... Alright, my opponent top deck Amazedith, so that's not really going to get them there. No cards in hand. Let's Punching Fire you now. Okay. Triskaidekaphobia, not really going to do it. We can use like the minus a life ability on it. Yeah, so we're going to put this on top, and we're actually just going to put Triskaidekaphobia on top, because Grove means more Punching Fire activations. One's at 4, now they're at 5, they'll go down to 3. So we got 2 more turns of this. And then we just kill them. I'm going to wait until their turn, see what they do. I think we just kill them here, though, hopefully. Know what they can possibly have to kill us. Guard Charm is cool, but doesn't really do anything to stop them from dying, so... Okay. Red, black... Nope, not that. I mean... I guess we could just do that. We can put them to, like, 1, right? So this will put them to 2. I guess... Resolving a Triskaidekaphobia. Do they just die here, though? They go to 2, they go to 3, they go to 1. They'll show off their fetch land, at least. Yeah, so I'll just do this. I think it's going to be relevant, but I think we're about to go 4-1 in this league. I don't want to get too cocky, because I know what's going to happen if I do that. So they go to their 1, their fetch line shut off. The top deck is surgical here. That's really unfortunate, but not much we can do about that. We can also top deck... Okay, so we won. 4-1. We got 8 chests, 1 qualifier point, 180 play points. So we went 4-1 in our league with Triskaidekaphobia. So yeah, it's a fun stream. We got a couple of Triskaidekaphobia kills. Pretty good. Our only loss was to All in Red, or Big Red, by Jeff Holt, that Jeff Hogan plays. It's the sneak attack, mono red sneak attack variant. So that was pretty awesome. I am not opening 8 chests. I am totally going to sell this for ticks. No way. Not happening. I actually have 10 chests. I'm definitely going to sell them, though. They're not worth a ton, but I don't particularly want to open them, DJ. Are you serious? Just finished. We're 4-1. We got a few Triskaidekaphobia kills. Our only loss was to Jeff Hogan on mono red sneak attacks. That was awesome. It's a lot of fun. So yeah. I appreciate you all stopping by. I want to say a few things. I'll say thank you to Card Hoarder for making these streams possible. It's awesome being able to, yeah, that Lotus Lottery. Yeah, I'm just going to sell them. All right, I want to say thank you to Card Hoarder for making these streams possible. I play a lot of different decks. I play a lot of different variants on different decks, so it makes the cost of doing these streams very easy. We have the Hipsters of the Coast, who I write for and who I'm streaming for, has a partnership with Card Hoarder, so we do have a limit on what we have access to. We have access to most everything. Sometimes I have to supplement a little bit with my own collection, which is not a problem. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I want to say thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Anyone who missed most of the stream, I'll post on YouTube. My YouTube channel is just Aaron Kazanaga. Really easy to find. It's the same as my Twitter, same as my Twitch, same as my MTGO account. So, thank you, everyone. And if you want to check out, I will open 1 treasure chest just for DJ. If I can figure out how to do it. Open 1 of these. Yes, open 1. I'll open 1 just for DJ. Yeah, I'm never opening 1 again, DJ. I hate you. A Mario Shepherd, Fabrication Module, and Iron Tread Crusher. That is awful. I hate you, DJ. I love you, DJ, but I hate you, DJ. God damn it. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Thank you very much for hanging out and coming by. Hope to see you all on Thursday at 8 p.m. Not sure what I'm streaming yet. I might go back to StifleNet. I probably won't. I'll probably put up another poll and see what people think they want to see. I'll have a few options. StifleNet will definitely be an option. This will not be, because I know this will just flat out win again in the poll. So there is that. But thank you very much for stopping by. I'm signing off now. If you need to interact or want to reach out to me, you can reach out at Aaron Kazanaga on Twitter. It's in the bottom of the streaming overlay. You can also reach out through Twitch. And there are like posts and stuff you can make, and I think you can also message on there. But mostly just find me on Twitter. It's a lot easier. If you're in the Leaving a Legacy, if you're on the Leaving a Legacy page on Facebook, you can find me there as well. Matt Hackbert, when you stream next, make sure you post it, because I would definitely like to check out your stream. Nick Fit's always a very fun deck, and I wouldn't mind checking out a stream of it. So let me know when you're streaming next, and I'll definitely try to check it out. Hopefully, if I'm not working, but we'll interact later. All right. Thank you all for stopping by. Have a good night.